Apex Legends Season 18's patch notes have dropped, so I'll be covering all the changes right here. There's some pretty big meta changes in this season. I'll cover weapon meta, then legend meta, then map rotation, and other changes after that. The weapon meta has probably got the most surprising changes. For example, frag grenades have been buffed. There are two radiuses for the frag grenade, an inner one that will do the full 100 damage, and then an outer radius that does less damage the further you are from the center. In this season, the outer radius is about 10% bigger, and the inner radius took a pretty massive 30% boost in size. This will make hitting 100 damage nades far easier, and is a pretty significant buff. The thermites also got changed. Their visual effects should now better match the actual damage area. The Hemlock is back on the floor with 22 damage per shot and slightly more ADS recoil than the care package version. And the Prowler is now in the care package with full auto and 16 damage per shot. It has never before had this much damage in Apex's entire history, including the last time it was in the care package, so it's going to be pretty nasty. The double tap is gone now, and the boosted loader is back for the Hemlock and Wingman. If you reload whilst on low ammo, the reload will be faster, and the next magazine will have an extra 9 bullets for the Hemlock and 3 for the Wingman. The Rampage and R9 will be back on the floor, and the Nemesis and Mozam with hammer points will be in the crafter. So if you craft the Mozambique for 30 crafting, you'll get free hammer point as well. The Disruptor rounds are back too. This hop-up does bonus damage to shields, but it's only a 20% damage increase for the Alternator, so pretty weak compared to the OG version, and the PK also gets Disruptors, and will do 25% extra shield damage. What this really means in terms of gameplay is you won't be hitting 9s anymore, you'll be hitting 11s. Happy days. On a real note though, this is going to make one-shotting armor easier and potentially turning the PK for a high-skilled player into a 2-shot against fully kitted players, or at least a 3-shot. The Mastiff got a spread increase as well, and for the SMGs, they all got nerfed. Their strafe speed reduced, so every weapon has a different strafe speed, right? When you ADS with a weapon, you'll be slower if it's something like a sniper or an LMG. In the past, SMGs had 85% speed of your normal un-ADS'd movement speed, and now that is 75%, which is quite a small change in reality, and I don't think will make a massive difference in gameplay, but SMG headshots will now do less damage, so combined with the strafe speed, I guess it's a decent enough nerf. The R99 mag capacity got nerfed quite heavily now though, so I guess everyone's going to be using the car next season. The charge rifle got a massive change. It will now do 75 damage up close, and then after 50 meters it will start scaling up to a max of 110 damage at 300 meters. This is non-headshot damage, by the way. It also shoots through targets, and 80% of damage will go through the player behind. It is a large projectile, maybe kind of similar in size to Vantage's sniper bullet, not quite sure, so it's going to be fairly easy to hit this thing. It's not hit scan anymore though, and it has a fairly decent bullet drop, and you're going to have to charge up every single shot, but with some practice, I feel like this thing could be pretty good long range. Oh, and it can be used to open doors like other snipers now. Its magazine capacity is much better than before, and it has much better handling times. With the charge rifle now being a high skill weapon, Apex of course had to give all the charge rifle Daves something new to play with. A new low skill weapon has entered the arena. That's because they buffed the Spitfire. It now takes barrels again, has less recoil, and has better hipfire spread. Charge Rifle Dave is dead. Long live Spitfire Dave. Next is the Legend meta. Besides the new Revenant abilities, which I'll go quickly over now, there has been quite a lot of changes for Legends across the board. Revenant's passive is Assassin's Instinct. It highlights nearby visible enemies who are low on health. If Revenant is the one to make that player low health, there'll also be a little visual indicator that goes through walls for a very short time. Revenant can also crouch walk faster, and now he can wall climb a little bit better horizontally. Revenant's new tactical is called Shadow Pounce. Unleash a powerful pounce forwards, hold to charge for further distances. It's kind of like an Octane jump pad. In fact, this pairs really well with Octane's jump pad, allowing you to essentially get like a triple jump. Revenant's ultimate is Forged Shadows, and this is really his most powerful part. Forge a shroud of hardened shadows around you that blocks direct damage and regenerates after breaking. Your shadows and tactical are refreshed on knockdowns. So this is pretty good. If you keep knocking down people, you're going to get more health. It's a big hitbox on the shadows, but extra health is extra health, right? Revenant is also a skirmisher now. Makes sense that his abilities are actually pretty good. So a bunch of legends have had their ultimate cooldowns changed. I'll just quickly show them on screen now. Ballistic got a small nerf. His tactical will be even less effective now. And Loba's tactical got a cooldown buff to 25 seconds. And Sia got some more changes. The slow is now much shorter. The silence is a little shorter too. It also takes a little longer for the tactical to hit opponents. His chance to annoy enemies is still at 100% though. Finally, for the legend changes, support legends can now instantly grab both banners instead of waiting for the animation to play when picking up crafted banners. Now there's a bunch of other changes here and there that we'll cover, starting with the loot economy. You now need to do 200 damage to level up blue armor, so a single knock off drop will no longer be enough. But you can now get 200 evo points from a single armor craft, so you can still get blue armor if you go straight to a crafter. I think the important part about this is because it's an extra 50 damage for blue and the other armor damage values haven't changed, it's still going to take you an extra 50 to get all the way to red. The medkit costs 20 crafting points now. Blue and purple attachments spawn at 20% less, and blue and purple armor spawn 30% less. I'm not sure what will be used for this missing loot space. Oh, probably just nothing. Okay, for all the other changes, let's breeze through them. Before we do that though, if you've enjoyed the video so far, make sure to subscribe because I'll be covering everything in Season 18 and also doing a 24-hour stream leading into this season. And of course, a bunch of content in Season 18 as well. For the map rotation this season, we'll get Broken Moon, Kings Canyon, and Olympus. The ring timing has changed a lot this season. Ring 1 is now around 20% larger in size, Ring 2 damage has increased, Ring 4 damage has been reduced, and now Ring 1 will come in quite a lot faster, speeding up the early stages of the game. Round 2 and 3 will also be a bit faster, with things slowing down a little on round 4 and 5. Overall, these changes will make the maximum match time before the ring fully closes and the game ends to be a couple minutes faster. Here's a look at the new placement costs for rank. I think one of the most notable changes is you need to get top 8 now to be able to gain at least a little bit of LP. In the past, you'd get 20 for placing top 10. To get that much LP, you're now going to be placing around 7th. I think this is really going to slow down people's grind quite a lot all the way to Diamond. And then when you do get to Diamond, things change a little bit as well towards the higher placements. And you'll still get the max 150 for placing first. But 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th, you'll get less LP. It's also far harder to get skill and rating bonus LP this season. We're getting 2 new mixtape maps, Production Yard and Control. There's a new collection event on season launch day with a bunch of recolored skins and a Revenant Heirloom recolor, and both of Revenant's Heirloom variants will get some new animations. Now this is just one of the animations here, but speaking of animations, they said that there'll be some rare animations and unique animations for Revenant's Ultimate pool. Like in the past we had Revenant's Death Totem with a bunch of animations. They're gone, but we've got some new ones in their place, so that's pretty exciting. We're also getting a new sticker bundle, and you can now put multiple stickers on healing items. And finally, and perhaps most importantly, a new Nessie has been added to the firing range, which I guess will require another mysterious challenge to complete. The exact words they gave were, a new Nessie and more. Pretty awesome. Thanks for watching. Cheerio.